Hey, it's David Campbell.
And Lisa Campbell.
And welcome to our very first episode of Into the Austenverse, where we explore all things Jane Austen, the books, the movies, the TV shows, the adaptations, everything. So that is what we are going to aim to do here over the next, we don't know how many podcasts.
We thought it was going to be 6, and then yesterday you said, I think it's at least 14.
I got very excited.
Yeah.
Should we introduce ourselves really quickly for the people who don't know us?
Indeed.
You're Lisa. You're my wife. We've been married for 20 years, and you are a casting agent of musicals and theatre here and internationally.
Correct. Well done.
Thank you so much. Still married.
5 points. By the way, I suggested that we do this for each other because it seemed less awkward.
Yeah, that's true. More of a test though, but less awkward.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You are David.
Yeah.
You are a TV presenter, and you have a radio show, and you are also, on occasion, a singer and an actor.
There you go.
Yeah.
So how do we come up with this idea? Do you want to go on the background of this for people who are joining it?
You came into the kitchen a couple of months ago and said that Jack Loudon had been announced as Mr. Darcy
from Slow Horses. I just want to say that for people who don't know who Jack Loudon is.
Correct. River from Slow Horses, Jack Loudon, had been announced as Mr. Darcy in the new Netflix adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. And you asked for my opinion. And boy, did I give it to you. For about 25 minutes, I spoke breathlessly. And then eventually I turned to you for you to speak. And you said,
I think this is a podcast. Because the knowledge that you have is very different to the knowledge that I might have on the subject of Jane Austen.
Knowledge or opinion? I don't know how much knowledge I've got. We've got to really push the fact that we are not scholars here.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
We are consumers of this.
Yeah.
And I have been a Janeite since I was a teenager, as so many of us have. And I love her work and I love the adaptations with a fiery passion, but you are new to it.
Well, yeah, and you're also British, which helps. I think being brought up, with that surrounding you, it's like me being an expert on the castle or something. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's identical. It's exactly the same.
Telling me streaming. I think that was an original Austen quote. No, but I feel like I never studied it at school, so that was not something that was in my purview, and I never thought about picking up a Jane Austen novel.
Why?
I just didn't. I was a dude in the 90s with long hair and a care in the world, but it just didn't enter my world. And I watched the BBC adaptation, which we'll touch on in future episodes.
The 1995.
1995. So therefore, when you were saying all this stuff to me, I was like, oh, I am, for the first time in a long time in our marriage, way out of my depth of knowledge here. And so I thought, well, it's interesting to have someone who knows it and lives it and breathes it. And I know you're not an expert, but also me coming at it from someone who's going to be, maybe for some of the listeners out there, coming to this for the first time.
We've kept it quite close to our chests that we're doing this. But everybody, well, not everybody, but a large swathe of people that we've talked to about it have been so excited.
Well, they've come out the woodwork. The Austen heads are hardcore.
Yeah. And that's really exciting too. We are so eager to hear everybody else's opinion. As a woman in her mid-40s, who, of course, came of age during the Jennifer Ely and Colin Firth adaptation, that's my favourite. I also thought that everyone felt that way. Oh, I was wrong. And looking and rewatching everything and rereading everything, and also looking at what exists within the TikTok verse, particularly Book Talk. I mean, the Book Talk, Austen Book Talk is massive.
Yeah.
The response to the 2005 Prejudice is massive. So I feel as though I need to reassess what my thoughts are on these things. Because I made massive declarations about things in a very Mary Crawford way. Like saying that Mansfield Park was my favourite.
Amazing take.
And look, I'm not saying that it's not.
No, it's a really well-loved one. We will get onto it.
Absolutely. But, yeah, I'm sort of reevaluating all of, I mean, at the moment, I could not tell you anything other than my favorite Austen book is the one that I'm reading right now. The Austenverse is so rich.
Yeah.
And there's so much opinion around it. I feel as though with the adaptations, even though they've been painstakingly created by incredible practitioners and generally with huge budgets, all of them feel like a snapshot of time from when they were created. Like you watch Goop's Emma.
Yeah. And we have.
We have. And it is screaming mid-90s.
Yeah.
Even though I'm sure they didn't think they were necessarily doing that at the time.
And then that's positive and negative.
Yeah, but I think that in itself, the looking at how they're cast, looking at how they are created, looking at what they do and what they say, those adaptations are a snapshot of time. And I think that's really interesting to look at too.
What's interesting when I was thinking about what you were talking about then was that it felt to me like, and I don't want to draw comparisons between authors, but like much like every generation has their own Hamlet or has their own Macbeth or has their own, I think that's what we're seeing, because I was the same as you. I was like, well, it's the Jennifer Ely one, and by the way, I didn't know her name was pronounced Ely at the time, but the Jennifer Ely one, that's the best one, that's the GOAT one, and that's it, hands down. And yet every generation seems to be finding, and we're seeing that again with the Loudon's going to come out, and that's going to be a certain generation's favourite P&P as well. And so that's for us to discuss.
Well, Dolly Alderton has said that she's looking forward to creating something for people to meet their Lizzie and their Darcy. And she's referred to it as that. So it does feel like these are our, it's like our Doctor.
Yeah, exactly. Just keeps regenerating.
Yeah. And that's fascinating too.
I also find what she means to the culture that I hadn't seen until I started to open my eyes to more of the Jane Austen people out there, the Austen heads, the Janeites, about like, you see at Glastonbury this year, there's like the Matthew McFadden hand is on a flag.
The hand flags.
The hand flags. Or for here, there's a football team called the Sydney Swans. Not been our greatest year, but that's okay, there's next season. But one of the TikToks that they did was the hand flex. And I bet you half those guys haven't read the book or knew what they were doing, but it was a virality that they wanted to be a part of.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's so interesting that this woman who was born 250 years ago, whose name was not even on her published works during her lifetime.
That's insane.
Still has that influence.
Yeah.
It's extraordinary. And I feel as though Jane has... Can we call her Jane?
Let's call her Jane.
I prefer that than call... Yeah, let's call her Jane. That Jane has that resonance whilst... So she has that canonical resonance whilst also being really accessible.
So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the movies, the TV shows, and we'll go book by book. We'll also get to the other things that spin off from it. Things like Clueless, other adaptations. We might even get into some Bridget Jones stuff and
Longbourn, the other Bennet sister.
Yeah, all these
both Longbourn and the other Bennet sister have also got adaptations that are coming out.
Wow. She's on a hot streak, Jane.
I know, and also like the casting of those.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what we want to do as well. So every episode, when we get to a certain project, we're going to do, just our besties and our worsties of those projects. And because of your casting background, we'll do... like, I guess, an ultimate fan casting or...
The All-Stars.
All-Stars? You want to do All-Stars? Or we
yeah.
just group them all together? We might...
Absolutely.
And if you've got an opinion on that, please, we're going to ask you, we'll give you all the handles soon to write into us and join in. Because everyone, including my sister, who had a birthday party that was Austen-themed, everybody we talk to about this has an opinion or wants to have an opinion about this.
And we want to hear them.
Yeah.
We want to hear opinions.
Yeah. Also, as well, don't feel the need, if you are like me and you've never read the books, that you think, I can't listen to this podcast because I've never read an Austen. If you want to read along, we'll tell you what's coming up next. Feel free to do that. But if you just want to, digest the movies or the TV show and
the audiobooks are amazing.
Yeah, they really are.
You've listened to Rosamund Pike's Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah, she's really great.
I love the Juliet Stevenson.
I didn't know there was another one. See, look at us.
There you go.
We've already got favourites to debate.
And there's going to be a new Audible one.
Yeah. So, first thing we're going to do, there's 6 to cover.
Yep.
Is that right?
Well, we need to look at Sanditon too.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that. I didn't even know about Sanditon. So I feel like already I'm playing catch up in real time. We'll start with Pride?
100%.
So P&P all the way.
Pride and Prejudice, we're going to kick off. We're going to start strong.
Okay, we're going to do first episode after this is going to be Pride and Prejudice. If you want to do any homework on that, you can. Any adaptation, you want to read it, you want to listen to it, that's where we're going to begin, and that's the first one.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah. Definitely watch 1995, watch 2005.
And 2005, depending on where you are, that's coming back into cinemas again too to celebrate the anniversary. So you can always go join a collective experience if you want, which we're going to do this weekend, and we'll talk about it.
We will. You can email us at info@intotheaustenverse.com. You can follow us on TikTok at Into the Austenverse.
Wait, is that a numerical too?
Yeah, Into the Austenverse.
Oh, it's very Prince. It's very Purple Rain.
Yeah.
No, when we do a second series of this, it's going to be Too Austen, Too Furious. It's going to be fantastic. We're really going to lean into it.
And Instagram the same, Into the Austenverse.
Okay, fantastic. So reach out to us there.
Absolutely. And we're going to get some interviews, which is really exciting.
Oh yeah, I've almost forgot about that. Yeah, we're going to reach out to experts because we're not experts, but we want to reach out to experts. If you have any suggestions, let us know. But we've got a couple of ideas of people we're going to reach out to. Hopefully they say yes, and we'll bring them to you. Episode 1 of Into the Austenverse is going to be Pride and Prejudice. That's going to be the next one. Don't forget to subscribe so it just goes straight into your podcast feed. Of course, we'll be on YouTube and you can follow along there as well.
Perfect.
Are you excited?
Oh, can't you tell?
Yeah. But buckle up, everybody.
It's very exciting. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.